and all that stuff. And I had thought I left my mask in the other car, and I was like, well, let me unlock it. Let me look. And, well, where's my mask? Well, she said she didn't know. And I was like, well, I remember I left it in the seat of that car. And she said, I haven't seen it. So I said, wait, so you threw my mask away? And she said, no, I haven't seen it. I'm like, oh, it's probably on, you probably just jumped in the car, took all the stuff, threw it away, wasn't thinking. She's like, no, I haven't seen it. Okay, whatever. And then I start acting like a child almost, where I'm pouting, I'm going in the house. And while I'm in the house, I'm kind of checking a couple places, like, let me make sure I didn't leave it in the bedroom. And it wasn't in there. And I'm like, man, I don't know. And it's a $217 recovery mask, cost of maybe $3. Yeah, real hardcore. And so I finally get in the car, and she's like, I think you left it at Anna's. We went into St. Agnes. I think you left it maybe at her house. And I look at her, I'm like, I didn't go in Anna's house. And she's like, yeah, we did a whole podcast in our house. You don't remember that? And I was like, oh, yeah. So then I decided to check my pocket, and there it was, my cargo pants. So I felt like such an idiot, and I felt so horrible, and it was hard for me. Like, I didn't even know if I should apologize. That's how, bad I felt. And I don't know. I could tell it really bothered her that, I would make such a big deal out of this stupid little mask. And I don't understand it either. I really don't. Something that would have cost more money or maybe, I don't know. I don't know why I would act that way. And then something that's like $4, $3, really? I'm going to make not like a huge deal, but I was a dick. And I'm aware of it. And not every situation, just as a human being, not every situation I'm going to come across and walk into or run into, I'm not going to handle them all perfect, And that's just kind of life, and that's how life goes. But I noticed it, though, and I know how I felt, and I feel bad for making her feel any kind of way about it. Whether she threw it away in real life or whether it was in my pocket, I shouldn't have made her feel any kind of way about that. And they say that, she can only feel how she feels, but still I played a part in that by accusing her of, throwing it away and not really, I don't think by accusing her of it. I think it's just by the way I was still acting about it. And in the, like I said earlier, the child coming out and being all huffy puffy. Can't believe you threw it away. I don't know. I just don't like that about myself. And those are some of the character defects that for me, I have to work on. And I'm looking in the mirror all the time, trying to take my inventory and decide where, I need to get better and where I need to grow. And that's definitely an area for a lot of people is, blaming others or, not owning up to it. And, I've since apologized and, I've owned up to it and, she forgives me. And it wasn't a huge, big ordeal, but still, it's little things like that can lead to big things. And I just don't understand why I didn't freak out more about the keys and why was I able to process that in a healthy manner, but not the mask. And I know I had more time to think about the keys. And at first, I might have been a little bit like, oh, I can't believe she lost the keys. But like I said, I had time to think about it, where the mask was more of a, hey, let's get in the car and go. Where's my mask? Oh, I don't know. What do you mean? Where's it at? It's in there. No, it's not. Oh, you threw it away. So I think that was more of a reacting situation where I didn't really process it. I didn't slow it down. I didn't stop it. I didn't stop the reaction from happening. So I guess that's probably the main reason for the difference between those two scenarios. But it would just seem like the $700 though, and I'm just throwing out a number, but those key fobs are not cheap. To have a couple of them made, replacement ones, it's not $3. But anyway, just kind of wanted to share that experience with you. And tomorrow I'm going to try to have a special guest on, but we might have Marnie on too. Maybe she can tell her side of that story and, kind of maybe process it too. Or, I don't know. We'll see if she listens to this podcast and see if she wants to respond. And if she does, then we can do a podcast tomorrow. But I'm thinking of having a guest on, but stay tuned for that. If you need resources, they're online, 217recovery.com. If you do me one favor, though, if you could share the 217 Recovery podcast, your favorite episode, it could be from a year ago. There's over 300 to choose from. But if there's one that really stuck out to you or really helped you, share that with a friend. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Twitter. You can gram it if you want. But, just share it and maybe it'll help somebody else. And we'd really appreciate it too. We're growing and growing and growing, and we really do appreciate it. We can't grow like we didn't become, what we are today because we're cool. I mean, I know we're cool, but we're not that cool. But no, like a couple weeks ago, we cracked the top 100 Apple podcast for the nonprofit, and that was pretty cool. It really was, and we couldn't have done it without you listening and downloading the show and sharing it with your friends. So much love on that front. Really appreciate it. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, we're on Pandora, iHeartRadio, we're everywhere pretty much. Spotify. So do me that favor though. I really do appreciate it, and I will talk to you tomorrow.